virus that's worse is the virus of hatred and bigotry. That's what it is.
That's what I was going to say. There's where I was going. Is it the virus of COVID-19 that's killing us, or is it the virus of racism and hatred? Right. I mean, we are treated less than animals. I mean, white people show more compassion to animals than they do to black people. This is a fact.
This is Coach Jessie and Dr. Amun, and I want to welcome you to something I'm very excited to finally launch, and no better time in the conversation we're going to have it today. It's called Detox Living Truths, part of the Detox Living podcast, and it is with my brother, Dr. Amun, who, you know, we are co-laborers in this work. I am deeply honored to have this conversation because not only are we both co-laborers in the healing work, but he is also my Black brother. And as a people this week, you see us both wearing black, and that's because we are honoring those we have lost. We have been mourning as a people. We have been grieving as a people. We have been enraged as a people. We have been heartbroken as a people. And it's because there's just too much senseless disregard for life.
There you go.
Disregard for Black life specifically.
That's what I was going to say, Black life specifically.
Disregard for Black life. We are treated as we are not human. We're not just treated as second-class citizens.
No remorse. There's no remorse. White people show more compassion to animals than they do to Black people. This is a fact. I guarantee you, and I pose the question to everybody, if that was a white officer standing with his foot or his knee on a dog's neck, oh, they would have been a riot already. Their dog wouldn't have died. This is the thing, the dog wouldn't have died. You would have had those activists for animals. They would have attacked the police officer. They would have attacked everybody. The animal wouldn't have died. He wouldn't have got away with it. And I mean, what we witnessed this week was that we are less than animals in their eyes. And it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. And as you said, we collaborate, you know, we do natural and holistic health, from the detox to electric foods, electric docs, Coach Jessie, you know, but we're also young Black doctors and holistics and coaches and nutritionist coaches within our Black community. And this angers me, this upsets me deeply. And I get very frustrated when people try to tell us how we should react to this as well.
You know, America is tired. As Black America. And America, there are also a lot of our allies out there. We are tired. We are tired, as Fannie Lou Hamer said it, tired of being sick and tired of being dehumanized. Tired of begging you to please understand Black Lives Matter. We're tired of trying to convince people and begging you to value our lives. So
right. Exactly.
I value peaceful protests. Listen, Dr. King was a warrior, and everyone who has, you know, Kaepernick did a lot of amazing work, and he continues to with peaceful protesting. But even as he took a knee, he was denigrated. He was called all kinds of names. He was stripped of so much. He was attacked, right? For taking a knee, and no change in terms of how they treated us. Like, the work he's done is valuable, but now people are having to do what they're doing because, as Dr. King said, a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is What is it that America has failed to hear? That's what America needs to focus on right now. What has it failed to hear? It has failed to hear our cries. I know, Dr. Amun, you were talking about how just yesterday, as the riots broke out in Atlanta, tell us about your experience and what you think about this.
Yeah, I mean, it came as a total shock to me. You know, I was at work and I was on my way back. And while I was traveling on the highway, there was there's a barricades of state patrol police, local police, SWAT cars, just storming. And helicopters came out, and you could hear a large banging noise. And was, you know, I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I was like, wow, something is going on. And then I managed to come off the highway, use some back roads, get home, and then that's when everything was revealed on the news, and I saw the protest that they were having turned into a mini riot, and then it escalated into a full-scale riot. And
so what do you say to people who are saying, why are people rioting? This is,
you see, and this is the thing. When people are saying, why are we rioting? And you made a good point. An NFL player took the knee. There was no rioting. There was no disruption besides him standing for what he believed. But there was a problem. He lost his job, lost endorsements. It was any other player that did it was fined. It was a problem. And this is a peaceful protest.
Criminalized, right? They were
right? Criminalized. We don't stand up for your national anthem, not our national anthem, but for your national anthem. We don't stand up for that. We get criminalized. We get questioned. It's a problem. So don't tell us that when we do peaceful protests, we get results, we get heard, and we see results. Because that's even a problem. So we're in a no-win, we're in a catch-22, we're in a rock and a hard spot. And it's very frustrating. And even if white people that follow us, white people that may be on the fiber elimination program, white people that might follow Electric Docs or Coach Jesse or Dr. Amun or whoever, if you feel uncomfortable with this, then you should feel uncomfortable with it. We're not attacking you, but you should feel uncomfortable with it, because we feel uncomfortable seeing one of our own get killed in the broad daylight. And then the captions come out. Man died while he was getting arrested. He didn't die while he was getting arrested. He didn't die. He was murdered.
Yes, yes.
Let's get this right. And I'm coming from a place where my mother's white. And she's had to fight all her life for being in love with a black man, for having a black child, for having black children. And I have to put white people at that level. If you're not like my mother, that will not stand for injustice, regardless of what race or color, but especially that if she sees injustice done on a human.
Yes.
If you are not that type of white person that's going to put your life on the line for what is happening to us, then if you want to, I got nothing more to say to you. It's come to that point where I've got nothing more to say to you, because you should feel uncomfortable. You should feel embarrassed. You should feel outraged.
You know, Dr. Amun, let me interject here, okay? Because everybody is not going to be a protester, right? Everybody is not going to be in the riots, but there's a way for you to use your voice.
Absolutely.
The point of what we're talking about is that you're not silent, is
That's
that
right.
you don't stand around and post pictures like, hi, look at me. No, you understand that we are grieving.
That is
wrong, okay?
Right.
And that you lift up your voice, and whether it's repost something, make the calls, have conversations amongst your white community and network, and say, we have to stand with our black sisters and brothers. We have to stand together. We talked about it earlier, and I want to reiterate it because I'm concerned that the video might have been shaky, but there is one race. Jane Elliott, activist Jane Elliott, did the test around the brown eyes and the blue eyes.
Right.
And we go into that because it's a very powerful test. And it showed how there is a bias against the darker and versus the white. But there's one race. There are many ethnicities, there are many cultures, but there is one race. And the reason race is a man-made construct, and the reason people try to separate us as different races is to say this race is superior and that is not. This is not human. This is subhuman and we are not. No, there's one human race. The blood that we have, it's all blood. It all bleeds red. But guess what? There are many different ethnicities. There are many different cultures. And that is where our differences have to unite us. They have to unite us in the one human race. So yes, if you are white and this doesn't outrage you, I challenge you to say, where is this coming from? I challenge you to ask yourself and have a conversation. Have conversations with Black people. Have conversations.
Yeah, if you want to unfollow me, then unfollow me, because I'm definitely not the person.
Oh no, I could tell you so many people have unfollowed me because I've been steady posting stuff every day. I watch the numbers go down, but that's okay, because if you can't stand in truth, guess what? You will stand in sickness. I'm going to tell you this. We're going to talk about that too, because that is eating away at you inside. How can you look at human life being denigrated and taken away and not actually react to that? And I know when we go back to a lot of people, they're just uncomfortable. They don't know what to say. Silence is deafening and silence is much louder than even saying, I am.
What I would like is the white people to use your white privilege to fight against this injustice.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about. Educated white people know exactly what I'm talking about. You have white privilege. We got two Americas here. Let's not beat around the bush. We have two Americas, right? And with the white privilege, because the conversations that we have to have, I've got 5 young Black boys and 1 daughter. And the conversations I have to have with my children, as they, especially the boys, especially the men, that when they get a car and they want to feel happy, they can't just have the car and enjoy the moment. I graduated, I got a degree, I can drive, no, you have to have a whole lecture as a Black man and a serious conversation. White people don't have to do that with there's 2 different Americas. So let's
talk about the trauma that causes us to carry, right? We talk about the trauma. We talk about, people ask, and I know you're tired about this. I know you're tired of this. Why are Black people disproportionately affected by diabetes? Why are Black people disproportionately affected by heart disease? Why are Black people disproportionately affected by fibroids? Up to 90% of Black women. Why are Black people disproportionately affected by asthma?
Because the levels of cortisol are being, I mean, look what that did to all of us. I couldn't eat.
Yes.
And it wasn't because I was fasting or detoxing or nothing. I just didn't have a habit because I was sickened. I didn't sleep. A lot of people were traumatized. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Listen to this. We are in a pandemic.
Yes.
A virus.
Yes.
So,
and this is what we're having to work about.
So where was that? George could have been a COVID-19. He could have been carrying the virus. I didn't see no mask. I didn't see no social distancing.
That's true.
Because that would have saved his life, right? So is the virus that bad? Is that, what are you saying here? We're getting mixed signals here.
But the virus that's worse is the virus of hatred and bigotry. That's what it is.
That's what I was going to say. There's what I was going. Is it the virus of COVID-19 that's killing us? Or is it the virus of racism and hatred? Is that the real virus that we're fighting against? Because we can't put a mask on or wear gloves or wash our hands or build our immune system to fight that. We gotta get smart, economical smart. We gotta start buying and living off each other. We gotta start moving different as Black people. Everyone wants to be Black. Everyone wants to be hip. Everybody wants us, what we have. Everyone wants.
They want what we bring. They want our swag.
They want our swag. They want our momentum. They want everything from us. But they don't want to give us recognition. They don't want to treat us right. So guess what? Stop giving them everything. Let's stop giving them everything. Let's preserve. Because the first law of nature is preserve of self and kind. Let's preserve what we have for self.
I love where you're going with this, because I know we have to bring this conversation to an end, and I'm really excited that we're going to be doing this regularly now, right?
Right.
But something I want to leave everybody with this. This is why we say, look, health inequities are going to take time to change. Bigotry and racism are going to take time to change, and we're not going to stop letting up on the fight, okay? The redlining of our communities are going to take time to change, but what we have the power to change more than ever, please, my brothers and sisters, please take care of yourself. Please, more than ever, my brothers and sisters, be radical about your self-love and self-care. More than ever, my brothers and sisters, please understand that we have to be more aggressive about the way we take care of ourselves in these environments and these times. Please allow yourself, nourish yourself with foods that were going to help you maintain a stable and an attitude where you can control your mood and not allow yourself to be controlled by rage, because foods actually will feed that. More than ever, inflammatory foods feed that. You're not going to run us out of here. This is our country. You're not going to run us out of it. This is our country because it was built on the back of our ancestors, okay? So we have to be around here to win the fight. And all I'm saying is, more than ever, please stop to meditate. More than ever, please do not neglect yourself. Do not neglect your health, because it's already hard enough to stay alive and stay healthy. It's already hard enough. Let's not be the accomplice in the story of our disease. Let's be a hero in the story of our healing. And this is why we do the work that we do. Please understand, this is why we do the work that we do. This is why we have our free food list, so you can know what foods to nourish you. This is why we do the consults. This is why we have the programs. This is why we have the detoxes, etc. But we want you to understand that we're here to support you, because we are in this fight together, and we will not stop until this is a better place now and for our kids. All right?
Absolutely. Because the time for action is now. I mean, it's very emotional. It's very, very emotional, and it pulls a lot. I mean, just to see someone's life be so devalued and not taken in consideration of another human being, the way it was done and demonstrated and executed, it is very, very, very heartbreaking. And I mean, emotionally and spiritually and mentally affects the whole nation, the whole world to see that. And that's what I want everyone to do. Use this platform. I think you touched on it, and I won't go on because I know we're running out of time, but you touched on it just recently. I don't want to see selfies. I don't want to see, oh, what food you cooked or what food you're eating or what your rap song or what did. No, I want us to use the social media to explore and expose to the world what's taking place in the United States. So when they want to talk about democracy in other countries, look what's going on in your own backyard. You're killing us in broad daylight and not even blinking an eyelid. And use these social media platforms, whether it's, what's it, the new one, TikTok or TikTok or whatever it's called. I can't keep up with them.
Televise the revolution.
Right. And IG and Facebook, and use those social media platforms to expose this injustice, this racism, this hurt. And this is the true virus. Let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, COVID-19 is real, but what is the real virus that's killing us? Racism.
And hatred.
Racism and hatred. Yep. That's what's killing us.
All right, y'all. We're in this together. We're going to continue having conversations.
Absolutely.
Platform is to debunk, is to share truths and debunk myths. That's what our conversations are purposed for. And this was a good way to start it. This was a great way to start it, because this is real. This is where really, this is the root. This is the root, hatred, the hatred that we all have to deal with. It's a major root. We talk about how inflammation is driven by stress, diet, and pollutants. That stress piece, it is literally the foundation of everything else in terms of how much it impacts and drives our overall health and our success as a people. So we're here for you. You know how to engage us. We love you. Let's keep this fight going. No justice, no peace.
Absolutely. Be safe, sis.